Greg Peterson here at the Adidas Satellite Camp Tour at Florida International University with Nebraska running backs coach Ryan Held. Coach, first off, as a staff, you guys hit over 800 schools in 35 states this spring. Have you heard of a school ever covering that type of ground in the evaluation period?
I tell you what, our coaches are grinding. They're grinders, and we understand that we got to be a national brand. So it's important for us to get out and see as many schools as we can and keep building relationships, even though, not every one of those schools has a kid, but they might someday. So we want to continue to do that, start locally and branch out, and keep getting our brand out there, because obviously we feel very good about the things we do from a football perspective, and then the foundation we're trying to lay as a culture at Nebraska, and a great place to be a student athlete.
And, when you're down in a place like South Florida down here, just speak of the talent level that you see at these camps, and how valuable are these evaluations?
Well, anytime you can get and watch a kid in person is very important, because there's, a lot of different parts of the evaluation. There's the academic piece and, the coaches, what they say about them. But then if you can see them in person, so you can kind of marry up what you've seen on film, and then you see it in person, that really can help either put a kid over an edge, get them an offer, or you might have to move on from a kid because you don't really like what you saw in person.
Yeah. And how strong is the Scott Frost UCF brand still today in this part of the country?
Well, I think very good. We made a lot of inroads here in the couple years that we were at UCF, and then we have a lot of coaches that have recruiting ties. Coach Beckton, Coach Fisher, Coach DeWitt. Those guys have been recruiting Florida for many years, so it's important for us to come down and be here and be seen, and there's obviously a lot of great talent down here, and a lot of kids worth recruiting.
And you got a big addition to your backfield this summer, and Dedrick Mills. What does it mean having him in Lincoln now?
Well, he got it done, and I felt he would get it done. We felt he would get it done. And now he's going through the workouts, which is big for him to get in shape, get to learn the culture, and then, get to get on his own and start learning the plays so he can be ready to go August 1.
What kind of shape is he in?
I think pretty good. Just when you sit out of spring and don't go through spring ball and lifting, you don't, you're not in the grind every day. But, from what I've seen, he's really working hard so far. Has a smile on his face every day, and we're excited for him in my room.
And how valuable do you think his time, at a place like Georgia Tech was, in getting him ready to play in the Big Ten this year?
Well, what they did offensively, they ran the ball a lot, and he ran a lot in junior college. So he's very, very tested from the 4-year level and junior college level. I'm not worried about those pieces of it. I just want to get him, in tune with, how we do things. Learn the offense, and then be a great teammate to his teammates.
And what can you tell us about Ronald Tompkins and Ramir Johnson, and how you plan to work those guys in?
Well, Ramir is going to be arriving soon, so we're excited about him. He graduated recently. We'll get him going just like with Dedrick, and then Ronald, finishing up academics and getting that knocked out, and get him here soon as well. So. We're very fired about both those guys, as well as Dedrick, and it's may the best man win. They will all have opportunities. Everybody in the running back room in the spring understood that we recruited some guys coming in to provide competition and depth, and so I'm excited to see what that will present in fall camp and this season.
And we know Wandale Robinson was working primarily as receiver this spring. Do you see that role changing at all, or will he be more of a true receiver?
Well, he's going to play receiver, but we have the ability to use him as the running back position, as the duck guy as well. That's why we recruited him. It gives you a lot of versatility. He's a matchup issue. So he's done really well. He's having a great start to his summer. He's really smart, so we can do a lot of things with him. He just needs to have a really great summer, keep working with the quarterbacks, and then be ready to rock and roll August 1.
And lastly, we follow you on Twitter and see you like to always find the good food spots when you're on the road. What's the best meal you've had this year during the spring recruiting period?
Oh, man. I'm one of these guys that I go to different spots, but I'm also, Pappasitos. I really love Pappasitos. I love Mexican food. I could eat about every meal. So when I can get the steak fajitas and the cheese dip, and it's not good for my waistline, but I tell you, it's really, really good. In-N-Out Burger I love when I'm in Dallas or Arizona or California. So those are my two staple spots. And then I'll find a hole in the wall. I'll go to a hotel and ask. I like to show diners, drive-ins, and dives. So I've gone to a couple of those places as well. But a lot of times you don't get to eat till late on these recruiting deals. So it's hit or miss. You don't like eating at 10, but sometimes like tonight we're not going to eat till 9:30, 10 o'clock. But that's part of the job, and you sign up for it. It's almost like you're a truck driver. You just don't have time to sit down and eat, so you try to pack a little bit and prepare yourself. But down here, I knew I needed to start hydrating because when you're in Florida, you're going to obviously sweat a lot, and so I felt pretty good. I feel pretty good right now. I'm just hungry, ready to go get something to eat.
Well, sounds good, Coach. Go get yourself something to eat, and thanks for spending some time with us here tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks you guys for covering us. Appreciate you.